here's another image, laser printed. It has to be laser printed for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it in with some of my acrylic markers here. I have the Posca and I have refillable ones that you can refill it with acrylic paint, liquid paint. So I have two sizes here. So I'm not exactly sure what colors I'm going to use. So I'll be right back. Here it is. I've colored them in with my Posca marker. I chose the gold, and I chose the lilac, the pink, the two tones of green, and they're in the size between 0.7 and 0.9 millimeters. So this is kind of an experiment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an acrylic skin out of this, because it is acrylic paint that I use. The markers are acrylic paint based, so it should work with, once I put the acrylic gel over it, it should stick to the acrylic gel and create the skin. So fingers crossed, let's go. So here we have, I'm using the clear leveling gel from Golden. The reason I like the clear leveling gel is that it dries transparent or clear, as the name implies. Of course, you can use other brands, but sometimes depending on the gel, it can dry opaque or semi-opaque, which can be also useful depending on what you're doing. But for this particular project, I like the transparency that I'm gonna get. So I'm trying to cover the entire image without wasting too much on the sides. I don't want to have extra, I don't want to have to cut the excess from the image before I go into my project. So thickness, it's as long as it's well covered, but of course the thicker the layer, the easier it is to work with and handle it. It won't rip as easily when you're handling it. So I'm getting almost well, all covered here. Just gonna spread a little bit more and put some of the excess back into the pot and get rid of those bubbles that are forming on the surface there. Just gonna pop them up in a second. So after this is done, I'm gonna let it dry. You should let it dry for at least 8 hours, 12 hours. I'm just gonna have this drying overnight to be certain that it'll be ready to have the paper backing removed, and it has to be bone dried for that. So alrighty, so here we go. Let's go to the next step. See you soon. Okay, here we have it. It's nice and dried clear. Okay, so here I have a tray. I'm gonna put the image in and I'm gonna fill it with water and let it sit for at least 50 minutes. So here we have it. I'm gonna fast forward this just so it's not as tedious to watch. We have it. Voila, it worked. You see how the paint glued to the acrylic skin? So I have this jelly plate print that I did a little while ago that I think will look good with the blues and blue and greens here. So let's do it. Let's get this done.